What is going on YouTube? ModzvilleUSA here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to take a yellowed old console, old electronic device, some old computer you got, whatever. Take a yellowed sucker like this and turn it into this nice, spicy, fresh, brand new looking console. We're going to be making a retrobright box and brightening up some of our old console cells. Look at that. Night and day right there. This one was worse than this when it started off. So our results should be quite nice. Alright, let's get into what you're going to need right now. Alright guys, so here's everything you're going to need. Apologize for the drop in audio quality. I'm using my phone right now. This is everything you're going to need, and I'm going to have links to all of this below in the description. Full disclosure, they're Amazon affiliate links, so if you buy something from there, no extra cost to you. Helps the channel out, and I certainly appreciate you. So this is heavy duty storage bags. I'm using 2 gallons, and that is to fit a Sega Saturn, which is probably on the large side for what you're going to do. Like if you say a Dreamcast, you can probably get away with a 1 gallon. Just take your measurements and get the appropriate size bags that will fit the shells that you are retrobrighting. You're going to need aluminum foil. Ta-da! You'll need a good bit because we're going to line this entire Tupperware thing. You're going to need these UV LEDs. Got them linked in the description below, obviously. But yeah, they come with a power supply. And the way it works, you probably get away with just folding it when you line the Tupperware. But I like to cut it. These little copper guys here. See if we can have any better lighting. Oh, there it is. You see these little pads? You can snip them there and then use solder to jump them. It'll have a negative and a plus, and then connect them cleanly like that. It's got adhesive on the back. Everything you need. And then we got Salon Care 40. Now, this is a product you get from Sally's Beauty Supply. If you have one of those near you, highly recommend getting it there. I got this for 15 bucks in the store, but if you look for one of these on like eBay or online, people are asking like 30, 35, 40 bucks. Not worth that. Get that from a store. And last but not least, we need big Tupperware thing. Now I already have mine assembled, but it's a pretty easy process. I'm just going to show you mine. Go ahead and duplicate it. And just to give credit where credit is due, I got this idea from YouTuber Voultar. I want to link his channel. Definitely check him out. He's crazy good at soldering, and I enjoy watching his videos, just watching him work on stuff, because he's on a different level. On a different level, man. Okay, so here's where my power supply is. You can see this one's kind of coming undone. I'm gonna have to tape that. But yeah, you just line it up with tinfoil. And then you got these LEDs. Let me plug it in and show you what's going on. Check that out. So we just got it lined, and I still got my bags that I used for my first Saturn here. Got one strip on the bottom there. It's all quite pretty in this thing. We got 3 strips up top. Yeah, just wire that up. However you want, really, just get as much UV reflection as possible, because it's essentially, we're gonna be baking the console in the light there, and we want as much of it, as much light to hit the yellow surfaces as possible. And that's the gist of it. So now let's get into cleaning up the console and putting it in these bags. Alright guys, so I know what you might be thinking, hey, is that in a sink? And the answer is yes, we are in a sink. Now obviously, all of the electronics have been taken out and we are left with just the shell. Now this guy, you see there's quite a bit of gunk. Looks like maybe some cockroaches were living in there, pooping in there about 20 years ago. It's pretty gross. So what I like to do is just give it a good scrub down with soap and water. Make sure it's all rinsed off, and then we're going to let it dry for a little bit before we do the whole Salon 40. You just want everything to be as clean as possible. We don't want there to be dirt that we brighten and clean it up later. Realize nothing was done. It could end up patchy. I don't know. It was just better to clean it up. I'm just gonna go a little crazy. Get some soap. We're gonna scrub it down. One thing to be wary of, little springs like this, you don't want any of these getting disconnected or getting rusty. But we're just going to give this everything. It seems to be functioning here. Just going to let this dry. Alright, so I've got my 2 halves of the shell here. I'm just going to let them air dry for about 10 minutes. Then just finish it off with a paper towel, and then we will get to the Salon 40 portion. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got this nice and dry here. However, got a couple smudges right there that I want to take care of real quick. This is the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. But the things that do not want to wash out, let's give it a go. Now this is something you don't want to use on painted consoles. Sometimes you can remove the paint job, like doing this on a GameCube. Not good. Doing this on a PS2 works fine. Original Xbox works really well to get out those weird white scuffs that those things get. Yeah, it works good on a lot of things. Works really good on Dreamcasts. Only thing I wouldn't recommend using it on that I've used it on and regretted was a GameCube. It did not turn out well. I'm just polishing out these smudges here. You're gonna have to come out eventually, and ideally we do it before we brighten these up. Alright, there's a couple over here. gross right here. I missed. I'm just gonna buff that out real fast. There. Looks pretty nice. It's not 100%, but we're gonna be watching this again anyway. It's nice to get it as close as possible. All right. Now, here are our 2-gallon bags already filled with Salon 40. This is pretty straightforward. Open up the bag, pour some in, and then pop the shell in. Now we're going to be massaging this all over our console. I'm gonna give it a nice little body massage here. This stuff is essentially hydrogen peroxide, but in a thicker consistency. Now, I had looked into the retrobrighting process years ago, and just seemed like a bit more of a hassle than I wanted to deal with, because you had to make the concoction yourself, essentially. But yeah, just seeing it recently that you can get this pre-made Salon product. It's pretty cheap, and it's your best bet. Just get it in there, rub it up, make sure you've rubbed this goop all over every nook and cranny that's going to be exposed to the light. Now, I'm gonna get a little bit of air out of here. Now this bag you see of all this Salon 40, you'll see you essentially just reusing the same liquid. I already filled this up, did 2 shells, and see if I can get another go out of it. We'll see if it's as vibrant as the first time. If not, then I suppose I will be changing it up, emptying the bags after each go. But it should work just as good second time. Not need to fill this up again. Just a little test though. Here's the other piece, here's the back. It's pretty good on the bottom, but obviously this corner here is pretty yellowed. Mainly just this corner, the front could be in better shape, but it's all pretty nice except for this side here. So we're gonna add a little bit more Salon 40 into the second bag just to see if it makes any bit of a difference. Topping this off. Yeah, I was pretty blown away by how crazy the results were with this. Like, it went from looking fairly disgusting to a delightful little console once again. These Saturns, man, they're really, really cool looking, and they're nice and bright. But when they've aged out, yellowed, they do not look so appetizing anymore. Now we want to get as much of this over here as possible. Alright guys, so we're back at the retrobright UV cook box that we made earlier. And yeah, turn off all the lights just so you can see it in its true form. It's a thing of beauty. So here's the top shell, very, very yellow. Now ideally, now unfortunately it's the sides of these that aren't going to get cooked as much as we want them to. Just because they're going to be right up against one another here. Now for something smaller, this would be way better. Now which one is the really roughed up side? Yeah, it's this one. Really want this guy here to be in contact. We're going to separate these as much as possible, so as much of the plastic gets exposed to UV as possible. This corner is what we're really worried about, but yeah, there it is. Now we're going to leave these in here for about 24 hours or so. And we're going to check back on them, wash them off, and then we'll get some shots of before and after on these guys, because it should be a sight to behold. I'll see you as soon as I jump cut, but tomorrow. Alright, what is up guys? It's been 24 hours, so we're going to check on these guys right now. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. It's looking pretty good. Let's check out the top. That's what really matters. Oh yeah. Should have cleaned up nicely. So what we're gonna do now, I'm just gonna wash this in the sink, wash that in the sink, let it dry a little bit, put it back together, and then we'll do a get a shot of it reassembled and compare it with the initial image we had there, so you can see exactly how much this improved. So yeah, time to wash it up, piece it back together. Just make sure you let it dry. You don't want your electronics getting wet at all. So you really want to let this guy dry, hand dry, air dry, whatever you do. Just make sure it's dry and you get all this off of it. And another thing worth mentioning is this stuff can really stain your hands. So you might want to use gloves, or just don't let any of this stuff stay on your hands at all, or else you might have some really weirdly white fingertips. Alright, wash this up. Alright guys, so here it is. Got it all put back together here. As you can see, it's looking quite nice all the way around. Now unfortunately it's not perfect. I got a scuff here. I'm going to buff out with the magic eraser. Now this piece right here is a little bit yellowed still, because I don't believe it was exposed as much as I wanted it to be. The lighting is kind of washing it out, but for the most part this is pretty night and day. So I've got this next shell that I'm going to be doing right here. As you can see, even with the lighting, That looks way worse. And yeah, this is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good and impressive, I must say. Not to toot my own horn. So yeah, go whiten up some of your consoles. This is very easy to do. Can't really see how you can screw it up when you do it in the UV box. It's simple as, you know, if you can wash something in the sink and put something in a bag, then I think you'll be good. You'll be fine here. So just one more time, I'm going to put up a shot of this console from the beginning of the video. See the long journey we've been on. And yeah, get on it. Thanks for watching. Fuck the ending of Game of Thrones, and I'll see you next time.